Hello again. Welcome to another speed draw. This time it's on Eijirou Kirishima, who I've drew for babysitting duty, the reversed of course. And I will say that his was a huge challenge. I think now it's actually come to a point where after I've drawn him, it's really difficult to draw anything else afterwards. So hopefully I can get my mojo back, I guess you could say. It was really fun to do the pose, I will say that, but it like, let's be honest, it really killed me because I couldn't get the pose to sit right, as you can see right now. But it's amazing how quickly I got through that. I also would like to point out a few things that I've noticed in the comments and that I would like to address or answer or anything, and thought to feature them in this video. So here we go with a few of them. Admittedly, it took me an embarrassingly long time to figure out that the R stood for reverse. I would like to point this out that is true. The R does stand for reversed, and this is the series that I hope to actually continue to create for the next month or so, I guess. Depends how quickly I can get into creating the story, the artwork, voicing, editing, all that good stuff. What art software do you use? It looks so cool and clean. So I use Photoshop. I've been using Photoshop for many years. Actually, it's the first art program that I used, and I think I bought when they were on CDs. So it took a while for me to adjust to how Photoshop worked. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Wow. It took a while for me to adjust to exactly how Photoshop worked, how to use a program efficiently. And let's be honest, I actually started Photoshop with a mouse. That was a fun experience. I only started getting a tablet when I hit university, and even after that, I guess my tablet size decided to grow. I started with like a small, if you know what a postcard size was, that was how small the tablet was at the time when I used it. And I'm sure like a lot of talented people can draw on a phone as well, which I still cannot understand how anyone can do that. This is so nice. I kind of want to know what brush you used for sketching this. Is it in Photoshop or did you get it elsewhere? So there's a free brush bundle, I guess, that I got from DeviantArt. It's a whole... Oh no, it's not DeviantArt. No. So there is a bundle on DeviantArt that I use when I color things. Link for that Photoshop set in the description below if you'd like to have a look at it. But the brush that I use to sketch with is actually I think it's a set of Kyle's sets. Because I use Photoshop, there's a set of brushes that you could download for free with Photoshop, with the Adobe suite really, and there's a whole manga set. So I picked that one up, and the brush that I'm using right now is called Pencil Yujin. And to be honest, I only discovered this year, and ever since finding this brush and having a play with it, I really enjoyed it. Again, links in the description below if you have Photoshop and you'd like to have a play with it. But I really like it. The text is really nice. Oh, and to continue with the comment, I assume the canvas size helps with that too, whatever it may be. The canvas size that I always start every piece with is 2000 by 2000 pixels, so it's like a perfect square. And normally what happens is that if the image exceeds the size, I usually extend the canvas size further. But most of the time, I try to fit everything in that 2000 by 2000 pixel size. It's kind of like a self-challenge to me, so then I know how to work with sizes, because that's an issue with my drawing sometimes, especially with anatomy, because I don't know if this speed draw is slow enough for you to notice, but I noticed it blank as day that Kirishima's head was a little too big for his body. And I only noticed this after I finished the image, so that has been rectified. I've fixed that. But, ugh, just looking back. Can we appreciate how she's able to switch voices so drastically? I had to double take for a second there. It sounds like two completely different people. If anyone wants to know, this is for Eijirou Kirishima's babysitting duty. First of all, thank you very much for the compliment. I'm actually really surprised that happened. But the thing is, I will be honest, when I record things, I don't necessarily record the whole reading in its entirety. The best way I could describe it is, and a lot of the Discord people are aware of this because I used to do live recordings back on my Discord server. But what I do, I normally read the narration first. So I read the story first, along with, like, you know, the listener roles or any female roles that it doesn't strain my voice between narrating it. So that's my first go through. And then I go through every other layer of voice that's available, depending on how many characters are in there. You can all guess that Bakugo is usually the last person I record, because as much as he's very enjoyable to voice, he's also the hardest one to do. So there's always that as well. Are you going to do one of these for Sero? Absolutely. And I have so many good ideas for him as well. Now the thing is that his is gonna be coming in the next few weeks, according if you know, if I do things right. So I guess I will say the schedule right now is that I'm gonna do Midoriya and Todoroki, and then I do Kaminari Sero, and then Shinso has his on his own as well. So look forward to seeing those coming through. Can you imagine?
Hey Bakubro, how was your weekend? I had to take care of a toddler version of my partner. They got very upset when I took their ring and ran all over our ceiling. Hey, same. I mean, kinda. It was my partner, and they weren't on the ceiling.
Meanwhile, the two versions of us are just looking at each other like, You too, huh? I really like that comment. Thank you for that. Can we agree that we drop AFO and Seek becomes the new most villainous villain to have ever villained? I just really appreciate this comment. I'm not sure how villain Seek, aka CQ, really is, but you're going to learn more about him eventually in videos. I guarantee it, and I'm going to enjoy it. But I do hope you enjoy CQ's little introduction into the channel. And hopefully he becomes a little more mischievous than he should. We'll see about that. Having a look at Kirishima now, I'm really proud of how he's turned out, so hopefully I can keep up this mojo going. If you'd like to keep up with any more updates or you have any more questions, whether in regards to any videos or artwork or the like, please comment down below and you may be featured in the next speed draw time lapse. Thank you for visiting. I hope to hear from you soon. Next we meet.